If you transform all the cotton into textiles, then you add value to the coffee, and that's why I want to warn those people who have been campaigning our coffee value addition efforts. I need to warn them. They must stop. We know who they are and who are behind them. They want us to continue exporting raw materials. They want us to continue exporting unprocessed coffee. They want us to keep on importing dead people's clothes from outside instead of developing our textile industry. Even some people have been fighting our refinery. They don't want us to build a refinery. They want us to continue importing. They want us to export crude, and then we import finished products. This one will not happen. And I need to warn those who are involved, because we are going to move on them. Decampaigning anybody who tries to help us add value, pretending to they are agents of imperialism. So the economy will shift from growing at the rate of 6.2% to growing at the rate of 8%, because it is both quantitative growth and qualitative transformation. Let me repeat that section. The implementation of the interventions to accelerate economic growth through productivity improvements and value addition to our abundant raw materials in the anchor sectors of agro-industrialization, oil and gas, mineral development, tourism, and knowledge economy development will shift the economic growth path to a level of 8% per annum on average over the medium term. This is what I was explaining. Not just growing more coffee, growing more, having more cows. No. It is because those are all raw materials. If I export unprocessed coffee, I get $2.5 for the very good coffee per kilo, what they call screen 18. But if I add value to that kilo, I get $40. This is what these people don't want us to do. They want us to continue exporting unprocessed coffee to be roasted in Italy, and I don't know where. Those people get all the money, get all the jobs, and for us we continue getting this the residue at the bottom. This is not acceptable. And the agents are very active. Agents of the imperialists. Mao Zedong called them comprador bourgeoisie, agent bourgeoisie. This will increase the pace of our socio-economic transformation and building an independent, integrated, and self-sustaining economy, as was enunciated in the point number 5 of the 10 points program of the NRM. The general increase in the prices of goods and services in the country, called inflation, slowed down from a peak of 10.7% in October 2022 to to 2.6% in November 2023. This is expected to remain within the policy target of 5 cents or 5% over the medium term, supported by increased agricultural production, the increase in the supply of locally manufactured goods, increased exports, which increased the supply of foreign currency in the economy, increased efficiency in economic activities due to increasing integration of new technologies, including ICT capabilities in our manufacturing and other businesses, and good economic policies. Merchandise exports of goods increased significantly, growing by 54.9%. Urano, Owama 2. The ones with ears. Our exports increased by 54.9% from US dollars 4.2 billion approximately in the 12 months up to October 2022 to United States dollars 6.5 billion in the 12 months up to October 2023. So between that year, October 2022, October 2023, the exports grew from $4.2 billion to $6.5 billion, a leap of 54.9%, largely driven by gold, coffee, and maize exports. Imports grew by 26%, 26.2%, much slower than the growth in exports. Although our imports increased, but for them they increased at 26%. But the exports increased by 54% in the same period. Much slower than the growth in exports, resulting in the narrowing of the trade deficit by 11.2% in the same period. Because we still have a deficit globally, more import spending than export earning. We still earn less for exports than we spend on imports, but the gap has narrowed. The imports grew by 26%, but the exports grew by 54%. And this is just still mainly raw materials. If we start exporting finished goods now, this will... This is the main reason why the Uganda shilling has remained stable. The Uganda shilling has remained stable, if you notice. It has remained stable, together with the strong foreign direct investment inflows and the remittances of Ugandans working outside the country. This shows that Uganda's economy remains attractive to investment, and it remains a profitable investment destination. Imports increased to US dollars 9 billion in the 12 months to October 2023 compared to 7.4 billion in the same period a year ago. That's what we were talking about. The imports also grew, but they grew less than the exports grew. The increase in imports is largely in the oil and gas sector, mineral exploration and development, vehicles and accessories. We are buying this machinery for the oil. acquiring that capacity to dig the oil out. Export receipts are expected to increase even further as Uganda accelerates the production of light manufactured goods and mid or high-tech industrial products through value addition, especially to the abundant mineral reserves the country has. To accelerate the process of value addition, the government is reducing further the cost of electricity for manufacturers, improving transport infrastructure, including roads and railways, eliminating bureaucracy in the government, especially in procurement, in order to attract new investments and technology transfer, making available affordable capital, and intensifying the fight against corruption through accelerating automation of government processes, frequent audits of government interventions, and rationalization of government institutions and departments. The fight against corruption is not as difficult as people think. You will see in the coming days how we are going to cause a lot of casualties among the corrupt people. Some few months ago, I hear that the Minister of Finance created a group to audit the employees, find out whether there are ghost employees. And within a short time, they have found a big number. Auditor General, I think the finance told Auditor General. Now, Auditor General, instead of giving the report to finance, went to Parliament. Now, this is not a political matter. So I'm going to write to CID to go for these people. Because this is not political. Committee of Parliament. Committee of Parliament is not CID. This is trying to divert now. Now you will see these people who are, they are not clever. The money is coming from a known source. I have sent you money to pay 20 people. Each one is being paid so much. You go and you pay 25. You create artificial people. It's very easy to find out these artificial people. It's a matter of time. Therefore, fighting this corruption is not as difficult as people think. You report these corrupt people. You will see what will happen. They will give up. By the time we run out of space in Ruzira, people will have lost appetite for corruption. You keep tuned on this channel. The East African community, as a single trade bloc, remained the major destination of Uganda's exports in the 12 months to October 2023, accounting for 43.5% of total exports, followed by the Middle East, 18.1%, and Asia, 17.6%. Within the EAC region, the top three destinations for Uganda's exports in the same period were Kenya, 31.5%, Democratic Republic of Congo, 24.6%, and South Sudan, 23.3%. In the 12 months to October 2023, Uganda traded at a surplus worth US$716 million with all the EAC partner states. So within the East African region, we have got a surplus of $716 million. However, the trade balance with Kenya and Tanzania was a deficit, meaning Uganda imported more in terms of value from those countries than exports to them. The 12th month to October 2023, Uganda exported goods worth US dollars $890 million to Kenya. This is a big growth because in 1986-87, when we were having some issues with Museveni, Uganda was buying from Kenya goods worth $200 million that time. And Uganda was selling to Kenya goods worth $12 million. Now, we are talking of Uganda selling to Kenya $890 million. Then to DRC,